the big brown bear had one great love, honey. He could smell its sweet golden scent from miles away. Every day, he dreamed about dipping his paws into a beehive and tasting the delicious treat. One sunny morning, as Benny wandered through the woods, his nose twitched. He sniffed the air, honey. Somewhere nearby, there was a beehive filled with golden goodness. Following the scent, he tiptoed through the trees until he spotted a huge hive hanging from an old oak tree. Benny licked his lips. He could already imagine the taste of the warm, sticky honey melting in his mouth. But there was a problem. A swarm of bees buzzed around the hive, guarding their treasure. Benny needed a plan. He couldn't just barge in and grab the honey. The bees would chase him away. So, he decided to be clever. First, he tried sneaking up slowly, step by step. He moved closer, carefully placing his paws on the soft grass. But as soon as he reached out, the bees spotted him and started buzzing angrily. They swarmed around him, their tiny wings beating furiously. With a loud yelp, Benny turned and ran as fast as his big paws could carry him. Once he was at a safe distance, he hid behind a bush, panting. His first attempt had failed, but Benny was determined. He needed another plan. Looking around, he spotted a patch of mud nearby. An idea formed in his mind. If he covered himself in mud, perhaps the bees wouldn't recognize him. He rolled in the thick, sticky mud until he was completely brown and unrecognizable. Then he crept back toward the tree. Just as he reached for the hive, the bees spotted him. Benny barely had time to scramble to his feet before the angry bees chased him away once more. Gasping for breath, Benny ran until he reached a riverbank. He plopped down, exhausted and frustrated. No matter what he tried, he couldn't get to the honey. Just then, a small voice spoke from behind him. Frankie, the clever fox, watched him with a knowing smile. "You know, Benny," Frankie said, flicking his tail, "if you want something sweet, you have to be smart." Benny frowned. "Smart? How?" Frankie smirked. "You don't take all the honey at once. You make a deal." Benny's ears perked up. A deal with the bees? Taking Frankie's advice, Benny walked back to the tree, this time without sneaking. He cleared his throat and spoke politely. "Excuse me, dear bees," he said, looking up at the hive. "I love honey more than anything, but I understand that this is your home. Would you be willing to share just a little with me?" The queen bee flew down and studied him carefully. "You are big and strong, bear. If you help us by protecting the hive from other thieves, we will share some honey with you." Benny's eyes widened. He had never thought about working with the bees instead of against them. "You mean I don't have to steal it?" The queen bee nodded. "Not if you help us in return." From that day on, Benny became the guardian of the hive. He scared away greedy raccoons, stopped birds from pecking at the honeycomb, and in return, the bees gave him a small jar of honey every week. No more running, no more bee stings, just sweet, golden honey and happy friends. And so, Benny learned an important lesson sometimes. Kindness and patience bring sweeter rewards than tricks and schemes.